Hello and welcome back to the channel. This is the final of the 3 videos on the removal, the fixing and the putting back together of the Fiat Panda 1.3 Multijet. If you like the videos, hit the subscribe button, like and share. You know the drill. Right, where did it all start? Well, funnily enough, when we bought the car. The omens were against us from the very beginning. The day we picked up Damien, get it, Damien, omens, yeah, it broke down on the way home. My partner was driving it back and the clutch pedal stuck down whilst changing gear. And then she stalled it when she got the pedal back up again, which was my fault. The EGR light came on after a week of ownership. I really should have seen sense and got red. I eventually changed the clutch slave cylinder, which was the culprit of the sticking clutch pedal. But more woes lay ahead. I first noticed the rotten subframe whilst investigating a rattle underneath the car and decided to tackle it another day. That day was when I decided to take it off the road to sort the inlet manifold and EGR, content of which is covered in the last 2 videos. Whilst the engine was out, I replaced the subframe with a good second-hand one, cleaned up the engine bay and gave it a coat of well overdue paint, something that Fiat forgot to do when it was in the factory. Next on the list was replacing the AirCon rad, as whilst removing the old one I had fractured one of the pipe mounts. Replacement wasn't too expensive. also tidied up the crash bar. This looks different than normal cars, as this is a tow car, which we pull on a A-frame behind our van when we go away on short breaks. As I mentioned at the end of the last video, I made a few errors. First of which was not replacing the starter motor when I should have. As I went to start the car, nothing happened on the final click. After some head scratching, it turned out to be a dodgy earth on the solenoid attached to the starter motor. Once fettled, it started. Booked it in for its MOT. Then it wouldn't engage gear. More head scratching. I put the cables back on. Right? Well, yes, I had, but the rubberized ends of the cables had deteriorated so much that they fell off when I went for the gear. MOT cancelled. Fixed it by wrapping the ends with rubber bands, and to my surprise, it worked. Booked it in for another MOT. Managed to start it and get it into gear. All going well. Drove several miles down the road, and one of the poorly tapped threads I had made when I had drilled out the seized glow plugs ceased to hold on to the glow plug in the head and shot it out into the inside of the bonnet. No signal on the mobile, so I ran it with 3 cylinders back home. Unsurprisingly, MOT was cancelled again. I oversized the hole using a helicoil to fix it. I surprised myself again when it actually worked. It finally went for an MOT and it didn't pass. It failed on a spot of welding, but only a spot of welding. Does this mean trouble-free running? Oh no, far from it. Since it passed its MOT, it's had a new clutch, EGR blanking plate, new clutch master cylinder, new rear axle beam, new shocks and springs, new gear control cables, new starter motor, new washer pump, and most recently replaced the front offside ABS sensor. And now with 143,000 miles on the clock, it's due for another MOT. Well, thank you for watching this series. There will be a new content on the channel soon, and this time not Fiat Panda related, as I've got loads of extra footage of other projects. Please like, subscribe and share, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!